happening, y'all? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Creatia Conversation, where we talk creativity and media and all that nerdish. I'm your host, Lord Cussalot Travis Pointer, aka the Dragon King, aka Big T, aka T Money, aka Sweet T, aka Black Merlin, aka the HNIC. And I'm joined today by my co-host,
the patron saint of podcasting, the warden, Matt Ritter.
You know, it's funny that she recorded
Matt?
that. It's funny that she recorded that so long ago, and she still has just as hard of a time saying that as she did in the video.
Oh man, how you doing, Matt? What you been up to? What you been playing? What's going on in the world of the Matt Man?
So I have gotten into the Majin Buu saga. I also watched Dragon Ball Super Broly, the movie, just on a short side mission because it kept popping up on Hulu in my face, and I was like, "Fuck it." I had already seen
the
it.
Super Broly.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Okay,
yeah.
Got it.
Which apparently takes place after the Tournament of Power, which I didn't remember. But anyway,
kind of tracks.
I got to watch Goku get his ass beat by Vegeta and lose. Made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm at the point where Vegeta's about to sacrifice his life. He hugged Trunks and then he karate chopped him. Then Goten's like, "Why'd you do that?" And then he karate chopped him too. So I'm like right there. So good shit.
He has that whole thing when he talks to Piccolo and he's like, "Will I see that fool Kakarot in the afternoon?" Like Piccolo's like, "Nah, bro."
We haven't got there yet. What is bothering me, because I'm watching the Kai version. I'm not watching the Toei animation version. So like instead of Hercule, it's Mr. Satan, and like there are little differences and things here and there. But I don't remember the episodes feeling like this, where like I'm watching an episode and it feels like nothing happened for 20 minutes. And then they're like, on the next exciting episode, and then I get to that episode and then nothing happens. And it's like 4 episodes before I get to what I'm trying to get to. Also, the whole fight with Gohan and Cell felt really short and quick compared to what I remember.
So I do know Dragon Ball Z Kai does kind of shorten some things, but it's more of them taking out more of the filler episodes. But the thing is, a lot of the episodes were a lot of just, "Oh, it's about to happen. Oh, it's about to happen." And we were just we were kids, so we were just like, "Who was gonna happen? Who was gonna happen?" Well, now we know what's gonna happen, so we kind of waiting for that thing to happen, and it doesn't like, "Oh, another episode? God damn it!" And
yeah, I didn't remember that, and I kind of wish there was an option where I could just play everything straight through without having to go through the opening theme music and the ending theme music and the fucking recap. You can skip intro, right? But like. So the episode ends, and then there's the ending theme music, and then there's the next time on Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then there's the last time on Dragon Ball Z Kai, and then the skip intro. But the skip intro is there for like 3 fucking seconds, and then it disappears. So if you're not fast enough,
what are you watching it on?
Hulu.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hulu will. It's quick about it. Yeah, I understand.
So like if I'm distracted, I gotta listen to the whole song, and I don't like the theme songs for Dragon Ball Z Kai. I'm not a fan.
You know, I don't even remember what it sounds like for Kai, because I'm trying to remember like how much of it I watched as Dragon Ball Z Kai. What's up, Pup?
Oh, hi, Ozzy. Also, everything from the Raditz saga through the Cell saga is 1 season. And then the Buu saga in and of itself, like the World Martial Arts Tournament, all that.
So you mean all the Saiyan stuff, all the Frieza stuff, and all the Cell stuff is 1 season?
Season 1, yes.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, episodes? There was like 89 fucking episodes. For maybe more.
That's like Power Ranger numbers, man. Like what the
Yeah. No. Because I'm sitting there and Kate's like, "What episode are you on?" I'm like, 70. And she goes, "How many episodes are in a season?" I'm like, "I don't think these seasons are right." I think I should be on season 2 by now. I don't know what's going on.
If you're in this, if you're in the Majin Buu saga, that's season 4.
Season 2.
That is season 4. All right. Like it's wow.
Playing, I haven't really played much of anything. I touched God of War for a little bit. I still haven't beat it. Dragon's Soul is a fantastic. No, it's not.
Is that the Dragon Ball Z Kai song?
I think it's the Kai song for the first season. There's a difference. There's 2 different songs for season 2, the final chapters or the next chapters or whatever the fuck they call it, which is just the Boo Saga shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not a fan.
So
But
Vince is wrong, is what you're saying.
I mean, you might like it. It's just not. It's not for me. I do not enjoy it. Are you looking it up?
Yep.
Okay.
Need to find out if Vince is wrong.
Did everything I really wanted to do in Fortnite, so I haven't picked that up. I might play a little bit with John tomorrow because I think Destroy the Death Star is coming, and that should be fun. But up till that happens, I've pretty much done everything I've wanted to do. Movie watch along's going good. I'm in the on day like 200 and something now. I think 200. Well, so Tuesday would have been 11, 12, 13. So today's like 213. And I've been mixing in newer movies that I bought, or if I get like a bundle and there's something that is farther back in the alphabet, I've been mixing those in. So
okay,
like I got to Doctor Sleep, so I was like, well, if I'm gonna watch Doctor Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, I should watch The Shining with Doctor Sleep, stuff like that. So
okay.
Yeah, man, that's really it. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get the money to buy the Switch 2.
Yeah. Happy Switch 2 release day, everybody that got one. I'm happy for you.
No, we're not. Fuck you.
I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vince is wrong. No surprise there. All right. So me, not much new. I've been pretty busy over this last week, so didn't really have a chance to watch anything new or play anything new. Been just occupied otherwise. I did watch a little bit more of time I got reincarnated as a slime, but that's about it. Haven't really played anything else, haven't really done much else. Had went on vacation and stuff for the 4-day weekend, so that was cool. Walking all around Tennessee and the Rocky Mountains and whatnot. Almost died.
Did you see John and Will?
No, they're like 2 hours away from there.
Well, it's not like John has a job or anything that he couldn't come drive 2 hours to see you.
We'll see him in October. it's okay. Actually, no, I don't even remember if I told him I was going. I think I might have, but it was like a few weeks ago, so he probably didn't even remember. It's fine. And we were doing other stuff anyway, so our days were pretty much booked up the whole time we were there, so there wouldn't have been much time for visiting or anything anyway. Had a good time though. Like I said, not narrowly, but we just happened to not be in a place when some bad shit happened. And it was just like, oh, good thing we were in Pigeon Forge at that time, because the little main area where we were at, where we were when I sent you that picture of the Blades of Chaos and stuff, the story was on that street. Apparently on that street, someone was driving and had a heart attack while driving, and it was bad. Like a whole bunch of cars messed up, people that were walking on the sidewalk and stuff got hurt. It was really bad. My sister actually like found out about it and sent me a video of it. I'm like, how did you even know this happened? Like,
because it's Tish.
Yeah. I'm like, because I didn't say anything to anybody specifically because I didn't want my family to worry. But like, she sent me the video. I'm like, oh yeah, we were actually in Pigeon Forge when that happened. We got back and had to go the long way around to get to our hotel because so much stuff was blocked off by the police. We didn't know what happened until the next morning. But yeah.
So I asked Katie this question. Just popped in my head. I'm gonna drive home. The left one, okay. How would you feel if I took Smacking It Raw and Getting Off and just got rid of both those podcasts and just made one podcast and called it Matt's Trash Ass Podcast or Matt's Super Shitty Podcast?
I mean, that'd be less work for me. However,
just rebrand.
It's something we'd have to discuss. But if that's something you'd rather do, We can talk about it. See how it
it's more self-deprecation than anything else, but
Problem is, how do we, label that on the tube,
with a peach.
Yeah, but people have to like search, like
Yeah.
yeah.
You search ass on the tube.
You can, but that's
what
not
comes up
if we don't use the word ass.
Well, what does come up if you use the word
I
ass?
don't know. Probably
booty workout at home.
Yeah.
ISMO, the word ass. New and extended version. Dennis Leary's asshole. Kick Ass 2. Wiz Khalifa ass drop. Grown Ass Man by Key and Peele. On Yo Ass by King Von and G Herbo. Butt augmentation. This might work out for us, Travis. Ass like that. T-Pain booty work. One cheek at a time. Yep.
I remember that song. Kevin Hart was in that video.
Mm-hmm.
They filmed that in Tallahassee. I was still living in Tallahassee at the time. But anyway, yeah, not much else new for me. Trying to remember if there was anything else I wanted to tell the people, but I can't think of nothing else. So what I'll just say is thank you all for being here. If you're not watching live, know that you can watch us live. All you got to do is go to twitch.tv/Creatia World. And while you're there, you can subscribe for the free 99 instead of having to pay for it. Because all you got to do is use Prime Gaming. What's Prime Gaming? Well, you get that for free too if you got Amazon Prime. Because if you got Amazon Prime, you got Prime Gaming. What you do is you take your Amazon account, take your Twitch account, put them together, fusion, ha. Do the fusion with me, Matt. Fusion, ha. Other way.
Oh, wrong way.
Fusion. Ha. There we go. you do that, you get Prime Gaming, and with that, you get a subscription on Twitch every month. Use that on us. We'd appreciate it so much. Got to do it every month because Amazon does not automatically do it. So you got to do it because they suck. But you can also subscribe for free on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World. That won't actually need to do anything extra. You can just look right up under the video right there. There's a subscribe button. Just hit that subscribe button. But what you could also do is next to that subscribe button, there's a little bell. And hanging from that bell, there's a little bean. So what you should do is flick that bean. You do that, you get notified every time we go live, every time we drop a new video, all that good stuff. Yes, Matthew.
I want to wish all of our listeners a happy Pride Month and read a fun fact that Travis posted on my Facebook timeline. Gay marriage has now been around longer than the Confederacy.
I did post that. I forgot all about it. Like, wait, what the fuck did I say? Okay. When you talk about something that I may or may not have posted on the social medias, it could be a lot of things, and there's a wide range. I'm like, oh, was it the thing about penises? No, that wasn't it. Was it the thing about Dungeons and Dragons? Nope, that wasn't it either. So it was just like, who the fuck knows what I posted?
I did start with it's Pride Month, and shout out to all of our listeners who are in the LGBTQ community or celebrating Pride Month. Katie, my co-host, went to Pride, hung out at the parade, celebrated being bi. We're allies.
Here's the thing, Matt. I know you said all that, but here's the thing about Travis. Oftentimes, like in the midst of people talking to him, Travis just clocks out and doesn't hear everything you're saying. It happens. I don't do it on purpose. It's a me thing. I try to curb it. I actually have to get when I'm in public. Luckily, Amani is usually there with me, and she'll see it happen, and she'll just tap me back in there. I'm like, oh, okay. It's just it's a thing. It happens. But yeah, I'm gonna switch things up a little bit. I got a fun trailer here I want to show you.
I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
Did you grab the trailer for Alien Earth on Hulu for today?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you didn't, I was going to tell Katie to make sure she got it for Sunday.
I did.
Proceed.
So this trailer's for something a little bit different. We did something like this either last week or the week before. But you're a fan of the Halloween and the horrors, right?
Yes.
Have you attended
I
Halloween?
don't know. Hold on.
At Universal?
Something's going on where you're pulling up whatever you're pulling up, and my voice is coming through. Echo.
Really?
Yeah. I can hear myself.
That is strange. Hold on. That's never happened before.
I've had it happen trying to watch movies with people in here before and doing it off a different screen sometimes.
But that's what I always do. So that's...
I know. If need be, I'll just shut the fuck up.
Still now?
Let's see. No, hey, it's not doing it now.
Okay. I did it differently this time. I shared the Chrome tab instead of the screen. But let's see if you can still hear the video, though. So yeah, this is a trailer for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios. Fallout is the theme this year if you're a fan of that show or that game, you know? Never go alone. Have you been to Halloween Horror Nights?
I did on my honeymoon.
Thought so.
Good evening, citizen. If you're just tuning in, you're in for a treat. Our friends at Vault-Tec are showcasing a revolutionary...
I used to go every year when I lived in Orlando. Mostly because I worked there, so I got it for like basically their trial run night for free.
Live the horror you love to watch at Universal Halloween Horror Nights, featuring Fallout and more.
If I had the money and I had known that, I would have driven down to Florida every year and slept in my car in your parking lot so that you could take me with you for one night.
You're right, because I was allowed a +1.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would have definitely let you come in with me. But the problem is, well, not a problem, but the way I was doing it is that was a free date. It was good, you know. That's what I used it for back then. But if you were coming, I wouldn't have done that, you know.
I was just gonna say, Travis, if that was the case, I would have sucked your dick afterwards. Like,
I mean,
make it worth your while.
You would have still been allowed to. It's just it wouldn't have been a requirement, you know.
Well, I appreciate that.
Oh man. Call it.
Tails.
My topic.
The one time I don't go home.
Oh man, that's funny. Let me pull this up here. I mean, I don't actually need the picture. Doesn't matter. So, which villain and, you know, movies, TV, comic books, video games, all that, hurt their hero the most emotionally and mentally? Like, who inflicted the most emotional damage? You know, who had Uncle Roger coming in? Emotional damage. Is that Uncle Roger? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think it's an Asian dude.
Oh, never mind then.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
This was, of course, inspired by a video we watched. I believe it was last week of Reverse Flash fucking with the Flash, which wasn't actually like what happened in the movie. But I'm like, that's fucked up. Anyway, go ahead.
My villain is Goku.
Your villain is Goku?
My villain is Goku.
Interesting. Okay. Talk to me.
And there are multiple heroes throughout the series that I could talk about that he has hurt. We could focus on just Vegeta and how everything Goku did to break Vegeta down, to embarrass him, to hurt his pride, to make him get to the breaking point to where he said, fuck my family, fuck the world. I'm embracing Majin just to finally beat you. You know?
Only to find out he actually only won because Goku let him.
Exactly. And then this continues on forever into GT, into Super, constantly being one step ahead of him, and then being so nonchalant about it and casually just rubbing it in his face almost every chance he gets. Because every time Vegeta thought, oh, I fucking caught up to him, Goku's like, yeah, oh, by the way, Super Saiyan 3, bitch. Oh, by the way, Super Saiyan 4, bitch. Oh, by the way, I'm a god now. Oh, hey, check out Super Saiyan Blue. Oh, Ultra Instinct. What are you going to do? Like, just over and over and over again, metaphorically teabagging this man and slowly making him lose his sanity. We could also talk about his son, Gohan, who he literally gave a sensu bean to, at the time, the most powerful villain that he couldn't even beat himself, to then continue to fuck his child up.
Yeah.
And countless people that he let die because, oh, we've got the sensu beans, we'll bring them back. Which I was thinking about, right?
You mean the Dragon Balls?
Yeah, the Dragon Balls. So we'll bring them back. But Earth's Dragon Balls can only bring back a person one time. And I guarantee you, throughout the entire Raditz, Saiyan, and then Cell saga, there are some people that the androids and or Cell killed that the Saiyans also killed at some point. There's no way that...
Didn't Dende up the power, though?
Dende upped the power so that they had 2 wishes.
It didn't surpass the can't bring him back twice thing?
Not where I'm at yet in the Majin Buu side.
I thought he did, but I don't know.
Last I heard, when Dende showed up and they're like, hey, can you make it so we get 3 wishes? They're like, yeah, I can do that. And he's like, well, can you make it so that we can bring more than one person back? He's like, yeah, but that's going to cost you a wish, so you only get 2. And then when Goku blew himself up and they were like, let's bring him back, Dende's like, yeah, no, I didn't make the Dragon Balls so that they could do that. And they're like, oh, we'll just go to Namek and use their Dragon Balls because they can do that. And Goku's like, bitch, I think I just want to stay in the afterlife. Because again, villain knocked up Chi-Chi and then stayed in the afterlife to not raise his son Goten, who's what, like 6 or 7 at this point? For 6 or 7 years, Goten never got to meet his dad because dad just decided, fuck it, I don't want to come home. Got this woman pregnant and then killed himself. Like, talk about going out for cigarettes and never returning.
Yeah, that was... He was like, yeah, he's like, I've been... secretly fulfilling that mission to destroy the earth all along because everybody that's coming here is coming after me. And I'm like, Majin Buu wasn't there after you, bro. Like,
nope.
Like he was not. And Vegeta and Raditz and all them, they were there for the planet. Like, they weren't there.
Actually, Vegeta was there for the Dragon Balls. Raditz was there for the planet and be like, hey, what the fuck's my brother doing? Vegeta heard Dragon Balls and Wish and said, I'm going to come down for that shit. The only people that were there for you, Goku, were the androids and Cell, and that's because they were made for that shit. They didn't even come from somewhere else.
Yeah. So,
but he makes it all about himself.
He's full of
he's
shit.
all nonchalant about it.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
So Goku is my villain. I'm surprised that if Vince is still watching, he hasn't freaked out about
it. Yeah. It's a solid argument.
So Joker was on the sheet that Travis gave us, but then it said you didn't have to go with one of the people on the sheet. And that was almost my pick, Katie, was Joker to Batman, just because, like killing children and crippling Batgirl and all of the terrible things he has done to the Bat family in general.
The way he killed them, too. You've seen Under the Red Hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you saw that, because I know you didn't read the comic book, but I was wondering if you saw the movie. But
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just like the way he was beating the shit out of him with that crowbar. It's just like, what do we do? And then had the nerve to beat him like that and then leave him and not kill him that way and blow him up instead, Like,
you tried. I mean, he didn't actually blow him up because he comes back as the Red Hood.
Yeah, but he was dead. They brought him back to life with the Lazarus Pit.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
They killed him.
Yeah.
He actually killed that man.
That's the one. So, I did the Dark Knight trilogy recently, and that's kind of the one thing I was sad about when we did the whole Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul thing in Dark Knight, was that there was no Lazarus Pit in any of that.
Yeah, I know. When they told me about, well, not when they told me, when I found out that, their villain was Ra's al Ghul, when I first watched, Batman Begins, I'm like, oh, this is an interesting thing. But then got through the whole thing and there was never a Lazarus Pit. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? What's the Yeah. So me, I thought it through, and Joker was high on my list too. But then I thought, what's something that's just really fucked up that somebody has done to their hero? And I thought about Lex Luthor.
Okay.
And I thought about just one act, and that is creating Superboy. Basically, he hated Superman so much, but then decided, yep, I'm going to have a kid with Superman. Because Superboy is half Lex's DNA and half Superman's DNA as a child. You now have a child with your worst enemy against his will. Like, what the fuck? Who does that?
Is that worse than making your worst enemy raise your child for you while you're gone?
Who did that?
Goku. At one point, Piccolo was his worst enemy, and
but he wasn't anymore.
Piccolo raise go. Listen, they weren't friends yet either. They
No,
fought
weren't.
Raditz together.
He also didn't make Piccolo do that. Piccolo chose to do that because he's like, oh, he's got power. I'm going to use him to get power. He even said it himself. This was a whole revenge thing to use against Goku.
Ask him.
Huh?
Well, it didn't work out. Goku did ask Piccolo to take care of Gohan and train him. And Piccolo then did out of
he agreed
whatever reason.
Because he felt like he could use it for revenge. But it's a whole different thing. But I get what you mean. The sentiment of it and just the idea of, getting somebody else to raise your kid for you who is your enemy, who, you killed his father,
That's two children he abandoned to go to the other world.
Yeah. It's true. Also, that reminded me of something. Remember when you said Goku didn't kill anybody? Yeah, he killed King Piccolo.
So I said in Dragon Ball Z he didn't kill anybody, theoretically Yakon, which was in Majin Buu's ship, he filled him up so much with light energy that he exploded. That's the closest thing we get to Goku actually killing somebody.
Gotcha.
If that counts. But or then the spirit bomb on Buu, which again I say,
which you still argue that wasn't him, but it was just like, it was him performing the move. He did it, but yeah, whatever.
He needed everyone to do it. He couldn't do it by himself.
Okay, Matt. Would not have been possible if he didn't do it, but
wasn't even his own move. He doesn't even have any of his own moves. At least Vegeta's got the Gallic gun and Trunks has got the burning attack. Goku just rips off everyone's shit. I'm gonna take your Kamehameha and your Spirit Bomb and your Kaioken.
Dragon Fist?
That's not canon because it's only in the movies.
So now we're going that way. Okay. I didn't realize we weren't counting the movies. Okay.
Only the ones that are canon, which is just the super stuff, apparently.
Okay.
But I agree with you, Lex Luthor. I was also thinking Thanos because, killed his own daughter.
Yeah, but it wasn't. But he wasn't traumatizing his hero. That's what this is about. Who fucked up their heroes? Their nemesis's head by what they did.
If you look at Peter Quill as the hero, then he absolutely he killed his own daughter.
Yeah, but I don't feel like Thanos gave a shit about Peter Quill.
Okay, fair.
It's different when we're talking about, Lex Luthor, Joker, and all of them who they have a nemesis, And Joker's whole thing is just I want to fuck with this dude because he doesn't want to kill him. He literally just wants to fuck with him.
Yeah.
He'll kill a bunch of other people to fuck with him. But
so it was Jason Todd that was under the Red Hood, right?
Correct.
Did Jason Todd get it worse than Barbara Gordon? Who got it worse?
Well, one of them died. The other one didn't.
But one of them was assaulted severely and left in a wheelchair and had to live. I mean, Jason Todd got brought back, so he also had to live with that shit. But
he had to live with the fact that he died.
Yeah,
she got shot in the back.
That's not on the Joker though. That's on the people that brought him back. He could have just been dead. And sometimes dead is better, right? Shout out to Pet Sematary.
Pet Sematary. Okay, I'm where did I hear that from? Okay.
Sometimes dead is better. Yep.
They also spoofed it on South Park, but originally, yeah, Pet Cemetery.
I
Yes.
prefer the South Park spoof, and the South Park spoof is the reason why I get so frustrated with John Lithgow in the new Pet Cemetery or the newer Pet Cemetery remake.
Haven't seen it,
because
so why?
Because he doesn't do Fred Gwynn. He doesn't do the whole, sometimes dead is better.
Sometimes
And
dead is better. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't do the whole Fred Gwynn thing. And I'm like, I needed you to Fred Gwynn this, and you did not Fred Gwynn this. Like, where's my Herman Munster, bitch? I know you can do it, Lithgow.
So what about you? Who is the villain that you think just truly traumatized their hero worse than anyone else? Do you agree with us that is, Lex Luthor or the Joker, or in Matt's case, Goku? Matt has his hand raised. I guess he has somebody else in mind.
The WWE Universe. They traumatized John Cena so bad he has now turned heel. Beat the shit out of R-Truth and cost that man his job, which has then traumatized us. And him and Daniel Bryan and every hero we have had has come out and said that universe is fickle as fuck. We are the enemies.
It's true.
We are traumatizing these heroes and making them turn against us.
And I'm gonna say, in kayfabe, John Cena's the reason that R-Truth got fired. So that's what I'm gonna say. In kayfabe, it was John Cena's fault.
Oh, Katie's not gonna like that.
Yep.
Katie's still delusional and said that John Cena broke up with everyone but her. So
say what?
Katie's still delusional and says that John Cena broke up with everyone except for her. She's the exception.
Well, then they deserve each other. But yeah, what about y'all? Who do you think, is that villain? Let us know in the comments. Like I said, do you agree with us? Do you have somebody else? Let us know. We want to hear what you got to say. All right, Matt, you brought up this trailer earlier, so let's go ahead and watch this now. Alien Earth.
I saw it and I almost watched it, and I was like, I'm either going to watch it tonight or I'm going to watch it on Sunday, and I'm just going to wait. So.
Turn off the captions, because, yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Blast off!
How's our girl?
She's ready.
Almost 100 years in the future.
You're gonna be the first person to transition from a human body to a synthetic.
Because I'm special.
That's right.
Is that a child?
Yeah.
Very.
So it'd be wrong for me to talk about her head, right?
Special.
Yep.
Okay. I won't.
We have a downed spacecraft.
I want what's on that ship.
We can do it. We're fast.
That's a grown ass man, so I can talk about how creepy his eyes are.
We're fast, we're strong, we
It's
don't
like a
break.
zoo, but the animals got out.
This ship collected 5 different life forms from the darkest corners of the universe. Monsters.
Uh-oh.
I hope we see all 5 too. I don't just want the xenomorphs.
Not just the xenomorphs, yeah.
Yep.
You think one of them is the predator?
Maybe. I don't know how you
Invasive
collect a predator
species.
though.
Predatory.
See, it's predatory.
We don't lock them down. It will be too late.
Oh no! Facefucker got you.
So I'm excited for this, but also I've been excited for Alien movies for the last 4 movies, and none of them have really blown. 3 movies, I think. There was Covenant, there was Prometheus, and then Romulus. None of them really blew my skirt up. One thing that they did in Romulus that they did, and I think it was 4, is when they like combine human and xenomorph DNA and make like a new species, more so than like the face fucker. Like Ripley was pregnant and had a baby, and then I hate that shit. Stop doing that shit. It's awful. These half human, half xenomorph. Like, I just want to see a face hugger attach itself to something different and then give me different versions of xenomorphs after something gets face fucked.
Yeah, like, fuck a camel in the face and let's see what happens there,
Yeah, or like a wolf or a bear or something.
Yeah, a llama, give me something, get weird,
Narwhal.
Maybe llama xenomorphs are like the scariest thing that can exist. We don't know because we haven't seen it happen.
Ooh, if a face fucker, because you said face fucker, and a giant octopus. Because then you think
there.
All 8 legs are the fucking tails.
Yeah.
And acid blood.
Yeah.
We could do some cool shit with Alien Earth, which
just
that's my presumption.
Just out in the ocean, bro. Like nobody would ever go swimming ever again. I'm not even getting in the pool anymore.
That was my presumption when I saw this. When I got excited, is like it's fine because none of the Alien movies actually take place on Earth, so this is finally aliens come to Earth.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll let you tell me about it because I probably won't watch it, but I'll let you tell me all about it. Man, this is a pretty big week for video games. This is a big gaming week. Switch 2 came out today. Yesterday, there was a PlayStation State of Play. Tomorrow is the Summer Games Fest showcase. Sunday is Xbox's showcase. So we got some big stuff happening. Summer Games Fest is this weekend, so a lot of big game stuff is going to happen. So we'll probably talk more about that next week because that's when most of it happened. But there is one trailer that I saw yesterday that I thought you might be interested in. Probably not, but you might. It's a 007 game. But it's a little different. It's made by the people who made Hitman.
Okay.
So check this out.
Is it GoldenEye? Because if it's not GoldenEye.
No, it's not GoldenEye.
Boo.
His parents cut their own rope to save him. He watched them fall, then found his way off that mountain. He was 11 years old.
He then started a grand tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of his class.
Always at odds with authority. Same thing in the Navy.
His superiors all praise his instincts.
Lenny
and
James.
all in need of early retirement. Nobody knows what to do with him, Mom.
No, and I suspect he feels
I know he said ma'am, but like,
did in Iceland.
No, he said
it would be
mom.
funny if he was calling her mom.
Was
I heard mom.
insubordination.
Yep.
He was ill-disciplined, utterly reckless. He only survived thanks to blind luck. Give me one
Is
good
he actually
reason to
British?
put him in the program, Mom.
Lenny James, yeah.
I think you just
There are
covered them
so
all,
many
didn't you?
British actors that convince you that they're
It's really quite
American.
simple.
Yeah.
Bond
The black
is
was
a
the ones that
bullet
get me all the
without a
time. It's just
target.
like, wait,
Let's give
what?
him one.
And I have not seen a convincing American do a British accent yet where I'm like, yeah, no, they
The
were
Diggles?
Appointment.
The name's Bond.
James Bond. He's with me.
The Diggles?
Don't think we've had
Peter
the pleasure.
Dinklage.
Now let's not get ahead of ourselves, James.
Game of Thrones.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
So you shouldn't have.
He's the only one though.
I didn't really think of him as British though because it was Game of Thrones and it
We're
was.
facing
But he
a
used the
situation
British
of
accent.
The utmost delicacy.
I guess.
I need all my pieces on the board.
009 is a master manipulator. Whatever the end game is.
Couldn't even
he
make him
wants
black
you
in the game.
They
We're
refused.
never getting a black 007.
They refused. Have I told you about theory about the British accent?
Jet lag.
No.
That it's not real?
Time.
It's not real.
No. Because listen.
With respect, man. To hell with that.
All these famous British people, like you said, they imitate the American accent so perfectly. You know why? Because the British accent it's fake. They're putting it on. It's not real. Listen to them sing. That's how you get it. Listen to them sing. The accent disappears.
I listened to a lot of Spice Girls growing up, and I don't remember much of an accent in any of their songs.
Because the British accent is not real. And also, oftentimes, when the British come here and they live here for a while, the British accent just starts to fade. It doesn't happen the other way around.
Americans move to Britain and the American accent fades and slowly forms into British.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
Alligators?
Another teachable moment.
So we just talked over this whole thing. You didn't really see what was happening during this thing, but
who is the actor that's for 007? Because his face looked very familiar.
Someone told me. And by someone told me, I mean I remember seeing somebody say it in another video I watched, but I don't remember who it is. Hold on. Let's see. Light. Cast.
I did watch the entire thing, and the gameplay looked really cool and looked fun. It felt like you said, like a Hitman game, something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
Looked entertaining.
IMDb is only listing Lenny James. Patrick Gibson is his name.
What do I know Patrick Gibson from?
At least I think that's what his name is.
Tutors, The Away, with Princess.
Yeah.
I did watch Shadow and Bone, so that might be it. Oh, he's young Dexter Morgan. Duh.
Okay.
From Dexter Original Sin.
From.
Yep.
And yeah, I did watch Shadow and Bone. Who the fuck was he in Shadow and Bone? I don't know why I asked you. Look, because you're going to say the name of the character, and I'm not going to remember how that character is anyway. So, oh well. What up, Jess?
What up, Jess?
But yeah. All right, Matrick. What's your topic, sir?
So I said a couple weeks ago that I went and saw Final Destination Bloodlines, and I really enjoyed it. And we even did a little mini review of Final Destination Bloodlines here on the channel. And while we were doing that review, I asked TC a question that I'm now going to present to you.
That happened. Okay.
So the question was that I asked TC and Katie, where would they like to see a Final Destination-esque catastrophe happen that we have not seen in the movie? So far, we've had a plane crash. We have had a bridge collapse. We have had roller coaster.
Car accident.
The racetrack car accident.
Final Destination 2 on the highway.
Well, yeah, but also the race car.
Oh, you're talking about in addition to
yeah. So we've done those things, and then also like the exploding movie theater in the same one that had the race car. Like there are little things that are like the train at the end of 3 derailed, but like I don't consider that because that's not a premonition starting catastrophe. The question I posed
you're
to
collapsing
TC,
while you're watching the movie, you know.
Yeah. So A, where would you like to see that? But B, because TC and I agreed that we need to cast an all black Final Destination film.
Mm-hmm.
Like we need that. Is where would enough black people congregate to constitute a Final Destination-esque catastrophe?
Carnival Cruise.
Okay, see, we said family reunion.
But what happens at a family reunion?
Well, it depends on where they're holding the family reunion.
At the park.
Lots of things can happen at the park, Travis.
I mean, it could, but my answer was a cruise line. And when you say we need black people, I'm like, yep, they on Carnival Cruise. That's where it happens.
Listen, a cruise ship Final Destination. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is when they have the so do we have the premonition and then we don't get on the boat and then the boat crashes?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
If you need it to be all black for real, you do the Tom Jordan Fantastic Voyage cruise. That's definitely an all black cruise.
Ozzy, hey, no, go.
Ozzy, no.
Come here. Good boy. The restaurant in the new one. I think she's saying that the catastrophe happened at the restaurant in the new one.
Oh,
we're listing the catastrophes. Yeah, no, I'm with that. Like I said, we got kind of like a subway train accident. I would like to see, because we've had some serious train derailments with like toxic shit like happen within the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there are commuter trains that carry a fuck ton of people through like cities. I'm not talking underground subway shit. Like,
but there's been a train, right? Or no?
Not as an opening one.
Oh, okay.
It's so I think it was 3 ended with them getting on like a subway train in New York and then that crashing underground.
Gotcha.
But I'm thinking above ground, going through a city, going
like
through a pedestrian, before it goes to the tunnel. Or a CTA, because let's do it in Chicago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's why I said metro.
That's where that's what I'm looking for, because that you have the people on the train and then you have the collateral damage around the train as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
because you have the ones they go through the city and they're up on those platforms going through the city and shit. Let one just let the L train fall off the track on people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Where would you like to see a Final Destination-esque natural, or not natural, but catastrophe? What catalyst would you like to see? Was also thinking like a shuttle crash, because like they don't actually have to go into space. We've had plenty of failed rockets come back down. So if like the rocket blows up before it takes off or crashes somewhere, that would be cool too.
Like the one with Gayle King when she was praying before she got on there.
Final Destination, not quite so in space.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Yeah.
Or we could just take that Gail and Katy Perry and all of them. One of them has a premonition. We could just parody the fuck out of that.
Yeah. That sounds like a movie. I'm with it. Speaking of movie scripts, remind me to tell you about an idea I got when we get out of here.
Okay.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what you think. Drop it down there. We're going to watch some more trailers now. Let's see. You want some Tom Hiddleston or you want some John Cena? I believe you watched trailers for both of these already once, but they're new trailers that just dropped in the last day or so.
Give me John Cena.
All right.
I may be the
John
only
Cena as the
person
president.
Oh yeah, we've seen the trailer for this. All right.
Open the door! Cam, incoming!
I hate to interrupt a kick-off slow-mo explosion, but we should probably introduce who's who in the burning vehicle. That's UK's Prime Minister, aka the President of England, Sam Clarke, US President / action movie star Will Derringer, and MI6's top agent, Noel Bay. 24 hours ago, somebody shot down Air Force One over unfriendly territory. And these two made it out. Now, they'll embark on a breathtaking adventure.
Enduro's is tough for guys like you.
Guys like me.
Guys like you, Jim Strong.
As opposed to?
Strong.
You want to see Jim Strong? I'll rip a tree out of the ground and beat you to death with it, huh?
Go on then. Rip that tree out and beat me to death with it. So I thought,
Pick the biggest tree.
Obviously, they're going to need a little help, which is where we come in. That's me, by the way. Now it's up to my elite team of 6. Okay, 5. All right, 3. She's 1. Oh, no. Wait, then how did she...
Don't give away the whole movie.
All right, I'll
They really are just telling the story of the entire movie.
I mean, not original, but it works.
It's a real nut punch in a Ziploc bag out there.
Now they're on the run and need to keep their heads down.
Yankees?
No. Canadians. Why'd you say Canadians? Everybody loves Americans. Americans love Americans. Today we're Canadians, trust me.
And do whatever it takes to stop sucking on sheep nipples.
Who sucks on sheep nipples? Nobody sucks on sheep nipples.
Okay, God. All caught up? Good. Cue the music.
The world thinks I look cool with a gun in my hand. Oh, shit.
So you're on fire.
I got this.
Follow me, boys.
Fucking Jack Quaid, dude.
How are you alive? I just kept calm and carried on.
Jack Quaid's gonna be in more movies than his dad before
Catch
2030.
us only on Prime on July 6th. Ah, come on. Can we just do one trailer where you don't give everything away?
Can we, please?
So obviously there's something they're not giving away. Have you, so, because obviously John Cena as president makes you think of inept world leaders, specifically for America. Have you seen Elon Musk crash the fuck out on Twitter? And just
Absolutely.
be like, Trump wouldn't have won shit if it wasn't for me. And also the Epstein tapes didn't get released because he's in them bitches and like all of the things. Fairly entertaining.
It's like stepdad married stepmom, and now they're getting a divorce.
Yep.
All right. Let's get weird.
Should I take my pants off?
I mean, you can.
How weird are we getting?
Does that make you want to take your pants off?
That does not make me want to take my pants off.
You sure?
I'm
I
positive.
don't do it for you?
No.
Okay.
This is our 5th day here on Earth investigating the humans. We still don't know much about them. They like these little metal cylinders and desire other strangely shaped items. We're settled in now. Thankfully, nobody saw us arrive. The humans come here every day, at the same time, for the same things. They are so fascinating. As long as our research can continue, the mission stays the same. But some of them are different. We have to be careful when they arrive. One thing is certain, our mission must succeed.
What the fuck? Don't be suspicious, the game.
Everything about that was suspicious. Aliens really think we're that stupid.
Can you blame them?
No.
I mean, just look at the U.S. again. Elected Trump twice.
Suspicious is the worst kind of suspicious. We talked about that.
Suspicious is the worst kind of suspicious?
Yep.
What other kinds of suspicious do you like more?
I actually thought about this when we talked about it on Saturday and Katie said that. And now I'm blanking on other kinds of suspicious.
Wow.
But I know there are other kinds of suspicious.
Okay. I'm going to choose to take your word for it because I don't know one way or the other. All right, Mr. Hiddleston, what you got? Keep in mind, I said we watched the trailer for this before. I don't know that. I know I saved the trailer for this before. I don't know if we actually ended up watching it.
Okay.
It's called Life of Chuck.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does, but who knows?
The universe.
is large. And it contains multitudes. But it also contains me.
This is one of those nice heartfelt movies. Look at that.
Okay, let's calm down with the best Stephen King movie ever made.
True. The Shawshank Redemption exists. So
Stand By Me.
That's a good one too, but I think Shawshank Redemption is better. But
The Green Mile.
Again, great movie, but I still think Shawshank Redemption is better. But again, great argument for movies that are probably better than this one, even though I haven't seen it yet, so I can't definitively say that. But point is, that's a bold statement.
Very bold. Though it is written by Mike Flanagan, and we do love ourselves the Flanaganiverse. So,
is that so?
Yep. Auspicious, by the way, Travis.
Auspicious. Okay.
And inauspicious. Extuspicious.
What did you just say?
Extuspicious.
What the fuck does that mean?
Relating to the inspection of entrails for prognostication. So basically,
is suspicious worse than that?
Yes.
Okay.
Listen, reading entrails to see the future, not as bad as being suspicious.
I mean, one could argue that doing such things is suspicious. I got something else here for you, Matt.
Is it boobs?
No.
Mortal Kombat Legacy Collections.
We knew pretty early on that the game was fun to play. People were excited about it.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people react to it.
We knew that we were onto something.
It was such a shock to see this game. I was like, I can't believe this game exists.
Remember the first time I played Mortal Kombat, I played it on Super Nintendo, but I didn't even know the blood code existed
It became something that added to the mystique of Mortal
My
Kombat.
neighbor added on Sega, and I'm like, oh.
We're showing
now I gotta
you
get
a
this
part
on
of a
Sega. How do I
world
get
that
this
is
on
much
Sega?
larger.
Luckily, my brother bought it on Sega, so I was able to play it then.
So, I feel like
there's no template to make the games.
Oh, that's what it was.
It's a
Never
bit
mind.
of the Wild West.
I'll tell you when it's done.
Every part of that game is an expression of who we were and what we wanted to do.
Flawless victory.
So I bought one of those off TikTok little handheld consoles that are loaded up with a bunch of games.
Mm-hmm.
And all the Mortal Kombat games are on there, and they were a lot harder than I remember them being when I went.
Most games from back then are a lot harder than we think they were. But that was because we were a lot better at video games back then because we had time to get good at them.
And better reflexes.
Yeah, that too. Okay. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Just make sure. Did you ever play Final Fantasy Tactics?
No, I'm not a tactics guy.
I didn't know that. That's why I was asking. Gotcha. Okay.
Well, so tactics is kind of like what? Dynasty Warriors, Empires, no?
No. Dynasty Warriors Empires was just Dynasty Warriors. You just choose where you have the battles at.
What was the one where it was a strategy-based Dynasty Warriors?
Oh, that was just Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
I'm sorry, what?
And then say hi to them real, and then do it real quick.
If you lose your movie, that's on you, love. But you can say hi to Uncle Travis.
I
Because Mara had to take the day off.
Hi, Uncle Travis.
What's up, Doc?
Hi. He said, "What's up, Doc?" Now go listen to your mom. Run. Don't fall on the stairs. Be careful. Zoe,
Run, but be
upstairs
careful.
now. Well, run to the stairs, but don't run up the stairs.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that was the only thing from yesterday from the state of play that you would probably find interesting because you don't care about Final Fantasy Tactics. So yeah.
What is Final Fantasy Tactics?
I mean, try to think of a game that would. It's a style of play. Because I think it is what Romance of the Three Kingdoms was.
Okay. Or is it like what the fuck is that stupid game that John loved with like the aliens and fucking it was a computer game that John and his brother Justin loved where like you would build little colonies and then you'd go and attack other colonies and
No, those are strategy games.
is that not what Tactics is not a strategy game?
No.
Okay. So
I'm just going to play the trailer because
we just said the same thing at the same time.
With all the time that we're taking for me to describe to you what a tactics game is, we could have just watched the trailer. So hold on. I'm just going to play the trailer. Because they remade Final Fantasy Tactics back in the day. But I know your first real Final Fantasy experience was Final Fantasy X, so you might not care, but
it is the best one.
I'm compelled to agree.
Oh, Father, abandon not your wayward children of Ivalice, but deliver us from our sins, that we might know salvation.
If you feel wrong, blame yourself or the Father.
Why do you fight? Why walk this path of subterfuge and conflict?
The powerful must rule the weak. It is our duty.
Heavens fall upon your crown!
This vile charade has
So
gone
you
on
see,
long enough.
the whole map is
It
like
ends
divided
now.
into a grid. You're able to move so much and do so much per turn and all that.
So it's like that fucking South Park game.
Kind of like the Fractured Butthole. Kind of.
Yeah.
They kind of combined tactics games with traditional JRPGs in a different way. But yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
That face, dude. All right, y'all. That'll be it for this week's episode of the Creatia Conversation. Don't forget you can follow us on all the socials. You know, the Instagram, TikTok, and the Twitter at It's Creatia World. That is at ITSCREATIA World. And on Blue Sky at creatiaworld.bsky.social. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/creatiaworld. And while you're there, you should join a couple of our Facebook groups. One of them being facebook.com/group/themdragons. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, the House of the Dragon, all that good stuff, hop on in there, talk about that shit with us because it's fun. Those universes are great and dragons are cool. So if you just like dragons, just drop a picture of a dragon in there. I'd be happy to see that. We also have facebook.com/group/smacking and raw. Matt, tell them about that one.
It's a wrestling group, but you don't deal with any of the toxicity and bullshit that you probably deal with everywhere else at the internet when it comes to talking about wrestling. We have fun, we keep it light, and we kick out all of the negative, like extremely toxic negative bullshit.
Yeah, negative opinions aren't a problem. It's the toxic ones that are the issue.
Yeah, there's no name calling. There's no I hate this company, all of the
we don't do that shit.
Bullshit. Yeah, no. We just enjoy talking about wrestling and share memes.
Exactly. You know, I'm not a fan of AEW, but I don't just go into the group to trash AEW. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. You can find me on all the socials at Lord_Kesselot. That is at LORD_CUSSALOTT, except for on Blue Sky where there is no underscore. Matt, where can they find you?
To be determined. Depending on how things happen, you guys may be able to find me Saturday at 9 p.m. Central doing a recap, smash or pass for Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide. And then Sunday as well for Getting Off for the Katie Horror Showcase, where we talk Hostel. Katie watches Hostel for the first time. That is still due to technical difficulties, possibly, maybe we'll see, to be determined. But look for those. There are
Matt's being
pre-set up.
He'll be there.
There are pre-set up links right now. Just not sure how it's going to happen, so we'll see.
Those links might change, but Matt's being dramatic. You'll have a show on Saturday and Sundays.
I mean, I asked and you said I don't know.
That's not what you asked me, but okay.
Hi, Mara. Anyway, you guys can find me Saturday and Sunday with Katie for both of those things, and Kyle Joseph from Wallop Media will be joining us for our Smash or Pass, so come check that out. Or on socials at Mattridder, Mattridder, for your wrestling content on X, and Getting Off for your horror content everywhere else, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky. You get both horror and wrestling at Smacking It Raw.
Well, that'll be it for this week's episode. We see you next week. Until then, we out.